Hey, it's Mr. Keys, and in this video we're going to take a look at how to manage our acapellas with our instrumental. Now in the last video we looked at some simple acapellas and kind of how to adjust those. And in between shooting that video and this video I had a crazy revelation. And I'm going to share that with you in this video. So let's start. We're going to take a look at a song that's been driving me absolutely crazy. It's Burned by Ellie Goulding. I'm just going to drag this in. And you notice that I don't have any of the other acapellas that I had from before. And that's just because I want to start fresh. We're going to use the same instrumental as before. And let's take a look at this song. So when we double click on this, we go to File, Tempo. We should analyze it. What I realized when doing a lot of these songs is that initially they lock into place and then gradually over time they drift. And so your beat 1 becomes beat 2 and your beat 2 becomes beat 3 and so on and so forth. Then eventually your beat 1 is like beat 4 and things like that. So it's yeah, just a mess. So the main culprit is this thing right here. The tempo is set to variable. And what we actually need is we need it to be set to constant. And I'll tell you why. In the file itself, there are sections that are that have silence. And so what I believe Logic is doing is if there's silence, sometimes it speeds up where it thinks beat 1 is, like so it repositions things, and or it might position it later or earlier and things like that. So it messes up these markers. But if you put it into constant mode, which I'm going to do right now, it keeps everything at one fixed position. So if it knows, okay, yeah, I think that the tempo of this project is 87, then what it does is everything is equal distance, no matter whether there's silence or not. So as we scroll down, if there's, there's like a pretty low volume right here, it doesn't go and squish things together and change the tempo bar by bar. So that's really, really important. And then of course, this is our best friend, adapt region tempo to project tempo and align downbeat. And this is going to take the file and wherever it thinks the downbeat is, so it thinks that this little blob here is the downbeat. So it's going to place that, regardless of where the file actually starts, it's going to place that at beat 1 of the nearest bar. Now I want her singing at bar 5, so I'm just going to position this here. And to make this snap to bar 5, we can just once again go to here and press that button, and there we go. And so we can trim this so that it starts perfectly. And now we don't have to worry about pressing that. We can just position this however we want. Okay, so one thing that I have to do because I started a new project, pitch shifter. This song is in the key of D flat, whereas my instrumental is in the key of E flat. So let's fix all that. Set the mix to 100. To get from D flat to E flat, we have to go up by 2 semitones. And there we go. So here we go. Let's listen.
We don't have to worry about nothing. We got the fire.
Okay, now just through listening to 2 bars, I can already tell that things are not quite lined up. Like where it thinks beat 1 is, that's not, it's slightly off. It's not actually drifting or anything like that, but I can tell like it's not in the proper spot. So if we go down here and we scroll up, we can zoom in. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take maybe 2 bars. Okay, so I'll take 4 bars. Okay, so I feel like maybe it's a little bit late. So let's go to this bar and let's pull this over.
We don't have to worry about
Still not on.
We don't have to worry about nothing. We got the fire and we burning one hell of a something.
I think that's perfect. Let's just check a little bit later in the track. Okay, so now you can see it actually adjusted it. So before, remember, this was flush with bar 5. It was right in line, but now it knows that here is where beat 1 is, and this comes slightly before. So if you'd like, you can always extend this and make sure that it lines up nicely with a bar. So for example, I might get it to line up with bar 4. Okay, perfect. Or I can just extend it past bar 4 and then just do a slice. So Command T, And now I know for sure that this ends at bar 4. So we have a little bit of a 1 bar silent part. Okay.
We don't have to worry about nothing. We got the fire.
So let's scroll down a little bit more.
Burn, 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 burn. We gonna let it burn.
Okay, so that's actually pretty perfect.
Burn, burn, burn,
2,
burn. Gonna let it
1,
burn,
2,
burn,
3,
burn. We
4.
gonna let it burn.
Okay, this is way too loud.
Burn, 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 burn. We don't wanna leave.
Okay, let's just keep tracking all the way down the song.
We got the love. Let's proceed now.
Now, this is not going to line up with the instrumental because obviously, like, this might have the chorus here, whereas this has its verse here. So we'll just kind of ignore those things. We just want to make sure that there's no big problems or drifting or anything like that. Okay, still on beat. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we got the fire, fire, fire.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Okay. So here it seems like there is some sort of extra bar going on here. Okay, so let's check right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So we're gonna let it burn. That's where it actually should start, but there's like a little 1 bar delay. So, or it might be even just half a bar. I'm not even sure. Either way, there's some weird delay going on here. So my solution for this, and this might happen in some songs, this is kind of rare, would be actually, we want this to finish at this bar right here.
We got the fire, fire, fire. Yeah, we got the fire, fire, fire.
Okay, so a couple things that we can do. We can chop this and reconnect it. I'm just going to chop it right here and then just make 2 sections. So this section right here, I'm going to loop. And just to check where I think it should go. So,
And we're gonna let it burn, burn, burn.
okay, so I know that that's not beat 1. So let's go down to here and let's zoom in. And,
And we're gonna let it burn.
okay, so I know burn should be beat 1. So let's move this back here. Oh, that's not right. Undo.
And we're gonna let it.
Okay, so I'll move this over to where she's saying burn. Okay, and let's check this.
And we're gonna let it burn.
Okay, so it's very close. And we're gonna let it burn.
And we're gonna let it burn, 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 burn. We're gonna let it.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so now we fixed that. This is all back to the basics of where it was before.
Burn, 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 burn. Gonna let it
1,
burn,
2,
burn, burn,
3,
burn. We
4.
gonna
Let's keep going.
spread love, giving love to the world. We'll be raising our hands, shining it burn to the sky. 'Cause we got the fire, fire, fire. Yeah, we got the fire, fire, fire. And we're gonna let it burn.
Okay, so it kind of screwed up the syncing with this, but the instrumental and the acapella were never in sync anyways. But now we have the tempo of Burn linking perfectly with the tempo of Let Me Love You. And that's all we want, because once we can do that with every single acapella, this makes our job for making mashups incredibly easy, as you'll see in subsequent videos. Hope this helps.